I think it's an interesting place that we're in when, from my perspective, I think it's so many women that treat the marketplace like it's the guy's job to get on my page, you know. It's his job to kind of align himself to what I got going on. And I'm like, that's extremely interesting because in my opinion, that is a very unmanly thing to do.
To get on the woman's
program. That means you ain't really got your own thing going. Like at all. If you did, why are you worried about getting on her? I think in most women today's mind, it's not about I don't have to do anything to get him. Like he's supposed to be trying to get me. And I'm like, most of the guys that I know, that experience, you know, that type of attitude will keep you single.
So a woman meets a man who's into sports. What's your advice to her?
Get and do some research. At least get some basic understanding of the rule, because most men have almost an ideology that you don't know what you're talking about. You're just faking it when it comes to actual interest or knowledge of sports, because that's kind of how it is.
So let me pause you there. So, because I've had those experiences, right, where people really, I'm a huge basketball fan. And I've had those experiences where men are like, yeah, you can't be really, and then they start really recognizing I know the rules to the game. I know what I'm talking about. So that's off-putting though for me as a woman, right? So there'll be women who say, what's the point of me getting into sport if I now have to convince a man that I actually like the sport and he's going to just brush me off and be misogynistic, because that's the favorite word. Now, instead of just, first of all, ladies, let me just also say, the word is not misogynistic that many of you are trying to use. It's sexist. It's very different. Misogyny is the hatred of women. Sexism is just believing that certain sexes are superior in other parts. It's sexist, not misogynist. But I digress. So what is the point of that? For a lot of women, like, okay, so I'm going to be into the sports. Now I have to prove to you that I'm into sports because you're sexist and don't think women can be into sports. So what's the point of wasting my time?
Because sports are dope. And again, if it's not that man, it would be the next man or the next man or the next man.
Do you think a sports bar is a place to meet people? Considering sports bars are a place that people go to watch sports. So if a woman is trying to find a man, and a lot of men like sports, would a sports bar be a place, or should you just avoid it because now she's infringing on his space?
No, I mean, women have been going to sports bars, and
women who like sports have been going to sports bars.
Or even women that don't, but yeah. And primarily, but a lot of sports bars would have events that that turn into nightclubs at night. So all that's been going on. But at a hardcore sports bar, like at the height of a major event, like during the World Series or something like that, I would say you've got a much better chance of catching a traditional type of guy at a sports bar than you do at a sip and paint.